Good morning. It's a very late Wednesday, 10:20 already. Sorry. Some days I just have to have time. Today is one of those days. So there goes the bat signal. Let's see who wants to come join me today. I'm all about enjoying the sunshine while we've got it today. We do have some beautiful sun, even though it's very cold. We have some beautiful sun. Good morning, Stefan. I finally popped in, didn't I? It's all about fellowship today. That's all I got. That's all I got. Boom, bing, bing. There you go. Come on in. Come on in. Say hi. It's all about, do you remember? When I was a child, see if you've got memories like this. When I was very young, I was 5-ish, something like that. My uncle was a Methodist minister, and my mother would take us, all of us little kids, there was 5 of us, and she would take all of us to his church. So it was very cool because, being that we were the nieces and nephews of the minister himself, we could go up and ring the bell, and we just felt special. So we would go to church, and then we would all go off to our little classrooms and do our thing. And then after all of that was over, church and classes were all over, everyone would go down to the basement, and it smelled like pastries and coffee. It just smelled good. I remember when I think about it, I'm like, it smells good. It smells good. And I was very small. And I would go down, and I remember one of those few moments where I could really remember some real tenderness with my mother I went down one day, and she just picked me up and rocked me back and forth. I must have been very sleepy. And I remember just listening to the sounds of the people as they were talking amongst themselves. They were enjoying their time together. Everything was easy. Everything felt easy. It was cold outside, upstate New York, so we were all dressed warmly, and I know that when we left, we had to bundle up to go out in the weather and get back home. We were right off of, where we were was right off of Lake Ontario, so when it snowed, it really snowed. So I remember it was a very cold time. And I'm feeling that fellowship today. Good morning, Sherry Hines. Good morning, John Stewart. Good morning, Stefan. Good morning, Tammy. Good morning, Robert Dosa. It's all about fellowship to me today because, we walk through life. We're very solitude little people. We're separated at birth, and we feel like we're all by ourselves, and yet we have so many friends, and it feels to me like those friends, that tribe is always growing. So we can wake up in the morning and feel very lonely or very alone, and then all of a sudden people start popping up and sharing their experiences, maybe whether they're difficult experiences or whether they're beautiful experiences. We're all in this together, right? We're all in this together. We're all what we think is little separate beings walking the planet, and then there's so many beautiful souls that gather. So I'm just creating space today. I'm creating space for everyone that wants to come in. If you want to share any good news, any difficult times, anything that you want to share with the group, because I know in our group for Voice of the Spirit, the first group, all of those people, first, second, third, I think, they're all gathered in a group, in a chat group. We all start reaching out to each other early, it seems, or late at night. Some of them are on the other side of the globe. And so there's all kinds of times of far-reaching fellowship. It's not like gathering in the basement of the church anymore. In a way it is. In a way it is. It's the same energy. And yet we can be in New Zealand or the UK or wherever it is, and we reach out with love. And we just say, hey, I'm here. I'm here. I know it's difficult. This planet Earth is difficult. It's a difficult place. The energy can be very heavy. And wow, there's a lot to do. And so I need, and I'm sure that you need, to sometimes just escape from it all. Today I'm in the space of, we got beautiful sunshine shining in the window on me today, and I'm loving it. I woke up to blue skies and sunshine. And I haven't stepped outside yet, and I hear my heat coming on a lot. Because yesterday it didn't get over about 24 degrees. Today is supposed to get a little bit warmer, and in repayment for having 45 degrees or so today, it's going to drop quickly this afternoon, and we're under a winter storm warning because we're then going to have freezing rain and snow. And that freezing rain will turn to ice, and it'll be on our electrical lines, and it'll be on our roads, and it'll be really slippery and scary and cold again. And I know that it's coming to an end because it is now the middle of February, and this area gets an early spring. So I know, and I can see flowers popping up, and I know that it's coming closer, closer, closer to an end. And so instead of my sitting by myself in the house and going, ugh, I just need a warm beach. I feel miserable. I'm here. I pull myself out. And our little group this morning was visualizing the Bahamas and pigs on the beach. You know where they swim in the water? If you've never seen the swimming pigs, I highly encourage you to look that up. It's so beautiful to see that blue water and little piggies running down the beach and jumping in to swim. It's my happy place. So we're going to go someplace happy today. That is Fahrenheit, Robert Dosa. That is Fahrenheit. I think it got down into the teens last night. It's, I went further south. I'm not in upstate New York anymore, so I've gone further south, and it's still not far enough south sometimes in the winter for me. I still long. The last 2 winters that I've been alive, I have been spent most of the cold in California on the beaches and enjoying the warmth. And even though California does get a little cold in the winter, it ain't nothing. There's no snow, so maybe a little snow. We looked for it on the top of the mountains last year, but that was it. But I was able to go to those beaches. Oh, I love the beach so much. I love to take off my shoes, even if the sand is cold. I love to feel that earth come up through the centers of my feet. So I'm really missing that. Reminder to myself, there's no snow on the ground right now. I need to just keep my shoes off and walk out there and stand in that cold earth for a while today. Earthing. I'm missing the earthing. Hello, Melanie. Good morning, good morning. I can't even complain. Melanie's up in that much, much colder, frozen northern territories. So you know what I mean. You know what I mean. It's like there are times when the body just longs for earthing. My body is longing for some earthing and some fellowship. I really want us to sit around. Good morning, Laura. I really would love, you endured 40 below. 40 below. Is that Fahrenheit, Melanie? Is that, oh my gosh. Please tell me that's not Fahrenheit. Please tell me that's Celsius. Please, Carol, good morning. Carol and I, she was in the group this morning, we're looking at the swimming pigs in the Bahamas, and I think a bunch of them are like, okay, let's just go. Drop everything. We're going someplace warm for a few days. Oh, how I would love it. So I came to a place where I was hearing my higher self go, well, why don't you just create it? Oh, look at that. Oh, there it is. See the sunshine? Yay, hello, sun. Hello, sun. I love the sun so much. The sun is like one of my best friends. And every time, I don't know, I've turned into such a child. Whenever time the sun shines on my face, I have to stop and smile at her. I'm like, oh, thank you. It feels so nice. I love the sun. I love the sun. I started doing that after Steve passed, right? Like 2 days, maybe the day after. I'm out walking the dog, and it was really cold because it was September. He passed on September 6th, and we had a cold spell. And I don't know, I was complaining, it's probably in the 50s, but it felt cold. So I don't like cold. And I was walking the dog back up a hill, and all of a sudden the sun broke through the trees and it hit my face. And I just closed my eyes, and I felt like that was a caress. You know, it's one of those gifts. It's like Steve reached down and just touched my face. And I was like, oh, thank you. So I still, whenever the sun touches my face, it's like I have to stop and smile. I love the sun. It brings out all my freckles. I love sunshine. Same at 30 degrees, I think. 30 degrees. Yes, you and I are the same. We're both going up. I think we're getting up to like 43 or 46 degrees today, and then it's going to drop into a possible ice storm. So you are right, John. minus 12 Celsius for over a week now, Robert. Ouch. You'll have to, I'm not very good at translating that into Fahrenheit unless I do the math, and I'm not really into the math this morning. Bahamas sounds great. Let's all go. This is where I'm going to, is that even though the world, the reality, I'm sitting there doing my meditation this morning, and I'm trying to help me work this through. So my reality is that it's very cold outside, that if I walk out there, I will brace. I'm a bracer. I just go, like my whole body pulls in around my heart, and then I get sore and I get tired and I'm not feeling very good. And so what if I'm creating this? Here I go off into my rabbit hole. Let's go down the rabbit hole. So if this is my creation, even though reality says that it is 27 degrees or whatever, what if I imagine? What if I can imagine myself in warmth and sunshine? And as I'm walking, instead of bracing and instead of being so so protective and careful with myself and trying so hard to be, being miserable, like, oh, it hurts so much, it hurts my face. What if I can imagine that it's warmer? What if I can pull my energy in and go, okay, yep, the face is cold. Now I'm going to pull my energy into my body, my higher self energy in, and I'm going to push that warmth because I know I can create heat in my hands. I do it all the time. So I'm going to create that heat and I'm going to push it up into my face. Hi, Lauren. Push it up into my face, and now my face doesn't feel cold anymore. What if I'm imagining? What if it's all upside down backwards day? She's going again. What if this is just my reality because I expect it to be cold out there because it's winter? Yeah, we're all trained to believe that, okay, we live someplace that has a cold climate, and so here it is February. Well, it's cold. It just is. Like we're so used to it being like that. We're so used to thinking in ways of course my body is aging. That's what it's always done. Everybody's bodies age. You get to a certain age and your hair starts to gray and you get wrinkles and your legs start to feel weaker and your muscles don't work quite as well. What if that's all because I believe? Can you see where I'm going with this? I believe that the body is supposed to age, so my body ages. I believe that it's supposed to be cold outside. I believe that that's supposed to feel bitter on my skin, so it feels bitter. I believe that everything dies, and so everything dies. I believe at a core belief, I have this belief system that there is scarcity on the planet, so scarcity exists. I believe that there's never enough. Part of me has that belief system from lifetime after lifetime, or at least mostly from this experience in this life. I have learned to believe certain things, but when I was little, when I was very small, I didn't have those belief systems. I had to learn it. I didn't come into the world believing in negativity. I didn't come into the world believing that people had to die. I came into the world with this innocence of eternity in my eyes. I don't even know where this is going this morning. I'm just letting it. And so we are in a new energy now. We really are. The one thing that holds us back from fully experiencing our own manifestations is our belief system. It's just that we believe that we can't do things. We believe in reality, what we call reality. We believe in the collective consciousness of humanity and what humanity is creating and what humanity has always created. Humanity has created scarcity and fear and loss and violence and hate. Humanity has created that. We know that. That's not how we came here. That's not what we're made of. We're only made of love. We're made of faith. When a child first comes into the world, they have just unbelievable faith that someone's going to come. I mean, think about it. Think about it. Your soul decided to pop into that body and come into the world in a very painful way, knowing somewhere inside of you with a knowingness that when you got here, that there was going to be someone to catch you, that there was going to be someone to feed you, someone to warm you up, someone to dry you off, someone that someone would care enough to make sure that you survived because you came in as the most innocent little being there is. There's no way. As powerful as your soul is, you are like this, gosh, if you could feel your soul and see your soul, you'd be like, wow, there's a superhero. And yet you came in innocent and tiny and helpless. And you had this faith that somehow when you came into the world as that tiny little helpless being, that somebody was going to be there, that there would be a presence in your life to create a home, to create warmth, to take care of you. So I wonder sometimes if we can somehow take ourselves all the way back to that faith right there, the moment of birth, that moment when you came into the world and you were like, oh, it's not that great here. It's kind of cold. Surely someone's going to warm me up. Someone's going to feed me. Someone's going to care for me. And that knowingness of yes. Now, I know that sometimes that didn't always happen in the most beautiful way. We don't always come into the most perfect conditions. But can we go back? Forget that. Wipe that off the chalkboard. We came in with faith enough. We're all still here, so someone must have cared for us. If we take away all that imperfection and judgment of our experience, and we just know that we came into the world knowing that we were going to be okay, somehow someone was going to take care of us, and somehow someone did. And somehow there was people in our world. I can sit there and count on one hand. There was people in my world, less than one hand, of the people that really, really showed me unconditional love, and yet it was enough. It was enough to be able to keep going. There was that teacher that, even though I was just a little poor kid with funny looking clothes and my hair was a ratted mess, I'm sure, there was that teacher that showed love unconditionally. There was that grandmother. There was that babysitter. There was those people. And we somehow made it through. And so can we take that love and that faith and knowing that we came into the world as that innocent little being? I smell toast. Hey, Grandma. There's nobody down there cooking as far as I know, and it smells like toast. I always smell toast when my grandmother's around. Reminding me that we had love, that we were loved, that we are loved, that we are. See, here's the thing: when we came in, we were able to see spirit. You know, little bitty babies. We have undying faith. We see spirit. We know that we're still so loved. We see the angels, and we're laying there, and we're like, okay, yeah, the world is harsh and it's cold, and it's not always easy for sure. As we got older, we were like, wow, and yet, in that very young innocence, we were able to look up, and we were able to see our loved ones, and we were able to see our angels. We were able to remember that we weren't all by ourselves, that we were okay, that we were always going to be okay, that no matter what happened physically, they reminded us that keep hanging on, babe, keep hanging on, it's going to be okay. You're going to come out the other side of this, we promise. We're here. We're here, we're supporting you. Isn't that beautiful? So, I don't know where it's going this morning. It's just all about that. It's about that childlike faith for me this morning. No matter what's going on, if I can take myself back, no matter what's going on in your world, if you feel like things are really harsh, things aren't coming together the way that you promised or you wanted. And I did that this morning where I was like, I was going into that darker place where I was thinking, man, you know, like I can sit there and start counting the ways that things didn't come together the way that I thought that they should for me or for people that I care about. And then I went, stop it. Stop it. That's ego. That's that part of me that's very damaged, that's been through a lot. That is not the voice that I need to listen to this morning. The voice that I need to hear is that those angels that have always been around me, that grandmother that always made toast, she always did too. Every morning when you'd walk into her little place, always had a little pink mobile home right on Cuca Lake. Oh gosh, down on the beach there was a nice little cottage that we could come visit. A little garage out back that always had neat treasures in it. Where my grandfather would have yard sales, and you could go out there, and up in the rafters there'd be boxes of stuff that he didn't sell. He had old cameras and neat treasures, and it was like so much fun to explore. We all have those memories, those times when we knew that everything was right with the world. We were given those moments. Maybe they were few and far between, but we were given those moments to remember for a reason, so that now, right now, we're in this place of creation again, where we're really, really powerful. We're remembering our ability to create. And the reminder today is to spend more time being in those happy places. I remember that place on the lake. I could walk in the morning and it always smelled like coffee and toast. You'd walk in and she'd say, what do you want for breakfast? She made me a couple eggs and some toast. And I didn't really like coffee when I was little, so usually it was a glass of fresh squeezed orange juice. And at night for dinner it was always chocolate milk. She'd say, what do you want? I got Kool-Aid, I got chocolate milk, I got white milk, I'm like, Grandma, you know me, I want chocolate milk. She'd always make it up and stir it all perfect, and it was the best chocolate milk. Remember those times, please. Put yourself back in those places of being perfectly content, happy, joyful. We don't have to just create this new earth from nothing. We have these memories if we look for them. That same day that I started out with that story of going down in the basement of the church where my mother took us when I was 5. And I came down and I felt really good because we'd been with people that loved us all day. And I came down and there she was, and she picked me up and she rocked me. And I remember her playing with my hair right at the back of my neck. And I was small and I felt comforted. And I felt like all was right with the world. And later that day, everything went crazy when we got home. You know, things flew. My parents started with their stuff. And for a long time, when I was younger, all I remembered was the ugly parts of the day, the fighting. And I'd forgotten that moment when I went down and she picked me up and held on to me. It's changing the way that we're viewing things. We don't need to always go to those negative things. Yes, our parents, they failed us sometimes. Sometimes we had bullies. Sometimes we went to school and teachers weren't so nice. Sometimes we were mistreated and neglected. Yes, we've all been through that. Sometimes life has been really, really difficult. But what do we focus on? Are we going to spend all of our time focusing on those difficulties and on the pain that we've experienced since we came to the planet? Or can we say, yes, those experiences, they happened. They were only experiences. I can look down at them from the crow's nest and say, yep, I went through that, and I went through that. I know why I'm where I am today, because I set up Steve's computer last night and I was going through his old memories and his old videos and stuff, and it was like, it started to pull me back into that old energy, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's not me anymore. So can we now look at those memories and just say, well, that was an experience. It's almost like an out-of-body thing. It's like, yeah, that happened, but I almost don't even feel like I'm still that same person. Like it happened and I grew from it and I learned from it. And now I can move forward in life and I can focus on those beautiful things. Yes, the beautiful memories, they stay with us, they exist. Can I go back to those places? And if I can't, let me tell you a little trick. Let me see if I can truncate this a little bit. When I first started working with my inner child, I drove right directly. Some of you know this story. For whatever reason, I had not been to a certain house since I was like 6 years old. We moved out of there. I don't even know if I was 6 yet. It was kindergarten. I think I was still 5. So the last time I'd been in that house, that was the house that we came home to. My father had beer cans all over the table. It just got ugly and things flew. And it seems like all they ever did was fight. And I was always kind of scared. And when I would talk out of turn or laugh too loud or whatever, I'd get sent to the top of the stairs. And I'd be sitting there in the dark at the top of the stairs thinking, here's this little bitty 5-year-old child sitting there thinking there's somebody behind me. I know there's somebody behind me. And it's dark up here and I'm scared. And everybody else is downstairs and it seems like they're having some fun and I'm stuck up here again. And so when I was just a few years ago, when I really started working with her, she showed me how to get to that very same house. Somehow, I haven't been there since I was 5 years old. And I was drawn back to that town, to that Lake Ontario, to that area. And I kept going back to that town until one day I saw the name on this one road and I said, that's it. That's the street. That's the road. I know that's the road that I lived down when I was little. And so I turned down that road and I drove right to the house. It didn't look quite as big. The yard looks smaller to me because I'm bigger now than I was when I was little. And yet I could see that toy that my parents had gotten to me. It was like a teeter-totter. It had pedals and it was 4 seats and we'd spin. Really gig thing. I don't know where they got that. That was great. And I could see us walking out into the woods and cutting down a Christmas tree. My father did that with me. And I could see myself, even though I had to work with that little girl that was sitting at the top of the stairs, I remember being in the basement after Christmas one time. There was a play space down there, and I remember this one pink doll that was on she was all plastic, and she was kind of flat. She was weird. And she was on like a skateboarder thing. I don't remember. I can't even... But I remember the neat toys, the Chrissy dolls, and the Christmases, and the times, and these big floppy dogs, stuffed dogs, Sherlock and Holmes my mother gave to us, and the Jane West dolls. That's the thing, is that we can sit here and focus all of our energy on all the painful things that happen. Yes, there was a lot of crazy stuff that happened when I was a child, and yet I have good memories too. And I needed to drive right to that house so it could open that up to me, so I could go, oh, okay, wait a minute, I remember good stuff too. It wasn't all bad. Why do I focus on the negative stuff? Why do I focus on the negative memories when there was so much good mixed in? So, and that changes us. The only reason I'm going there today, I never know where they're going to take us. Excuse me. I never know. Somebody's blocked. I'm helping somebody open up their throat. That always happens. Hold on. We need to find our voices again. That's the truth. We're all those little girls and little boys sitting at the top of the stairs wishing that we could be a part of the party. We're stuck up there in the dark. And that was the most beautiful part of this, is that even though I couldn't remember a lot of that as a child, I know that I'm different now as an adult. I know that I've changed. I know that I'm a good mom. I know that I've spent a lot of time taking care of children. I know that how much I can bring out that mothering instinct. And so even though that little girl didn't feel mothered that much and just, I don't know, cherished, I could go up and I realized that sitting at the top of the stairs, that little girl, that I was the one that was behind her, that there was nothing for her to be afraid of. I need you to hear this, that these things that keep coming up to you, that feel so hard and so difficult and make you cry and make you feel like you can't manifest with love and with power, these things are, it's important for us to go back there and be the parent to that little child. So there she sat, this little tiny one at the top of the stairs, and I just walked up. I let her know that she didn't have anything to be afraid of, and I sat beside her. And I pulled her up into my lap, and I rocked her. And I said, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And something inside of me released that day. Something inside of me, that little girl was still in that space of fear, sitting at the top of the stairs. And when I went to her and I held her, she suddenly wasn't afraid anymore. She started to come out to play. She wasn't hiding. And it's in releasing that inner child that we learn how to use our imagination again. It's where we learn how to accept love, accept unconditional love. It's where we remember who we are. It's where we remember that we are creators, powerful creators. It's in that space. They keep bringing us back to the same space. I don't know if you've noticed that tiny little self that you were when you were born. That little child that began to feel scared. Where did you start to feel afraid of life? Was it when you were 4 or 5 years old? Was it when you were 3? Was it when you were 10? Where? What was that experience that brought you to that place of fear? So that now you're afraid to create the life that you long for. Because it's that fear that's holding you back. It's that fear that's keeping you from getting the job that you want. It's that fear that's keeping you from stepping out and doing your own business. It's that fear that keeps you from putting your face out there, your voice out there, doing the things that you really long to do while you're here in physical form. This is a playground, people. This whole thing. You're like, come to the playground. You think I'm going to take you into an imaginary world? Well, we do often. But the point is that the whole world is your playground. Right here, right now. You've come here to play. You've come here to create. And you've made it a job. You've made it, I don't want to do that today. I don't want to do that. It's supposed to be fun. You're supposed to be having a good time here. Little kids know it. Watch them. They're coming in. They're newer models now. They know. They drive us crazy. They're like, we can't, wow, how can we teach them to work hard? Like they just come in knowing they're supposed to play. I was having this conversation with my daughter. She's 20 and she's like, I something in me keeps me from going getting that job where I've just got to go 9 to 5 and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you know what? You're right. Because I just realized that a few years ago. It's like, I'm not meant to come here and work 9 to 5 every day of the week. And to be exhausted and tired and have nothing left when I come home. That's not why we came here. We came here to play. At their very core, they know more than we do. We are creating a world. We are coming back to a world that is not meant to be just, I work 40 hours a week. I come home, I clean. I try to keep up my lawn like the neighbors do. I want my grass to be only this tall. It's got to be perfectly green without any patches. And I got to have, this out there. Well, if you're having fun doing that, enjoy yourself. And if it's a job trying to keep your lawn looking as nice as the neighbor, then who cares? Who cares? Just throw it up, say, I don't care. I don't care. I'll keep it neat enough, but I'm not going to worry about trying to make my lawn look like somebody else's lawn. Why would I worry about that? Stop trying to keep up with the Joneses. Stop trying to do what society rules us to do. Can we just let go of society for a little while? Can we go back to remembering that we are meant to be like children here? This is our playground. We're meant to have fun. Kids do not care. They do not care how high the grass grows. Trust me. I've raised 6 of them. They do not care. They think it's fun. The grass gets higher. It's an adventure. Of course we can't let it go crazy. We'll have snakes out there. But we don't have to be so completely, go out there and do the yard work and have fun doing it. Just find some joy again. Find some peace. Be in that place of playfulness every day. Because that's why you came here. That's who you are. You're a miraculous being. You're a miracle. You're a creator of miracles. That's who you are. So have fun. Have fun. If you realized who you really were and you were walking around, you'd realize, well, you know what? I'm just going to order that grass to only grow 2 inches. I don't got to cut it that way. I've got all this beautiful moss in my backyard. I'm going to push that moss out. It doesn't need to be cut. It stays. When you got just moss growing in your yard around here, it stays green all winter. It only grows. It's very, very soft on your feet, and it grows very short. It doesn't grow any bigger. It's not like regular grass. So I could take plugs of that and move it all the way around my yard. Some other people around here only have moss in the yards. I would never have to cut it again. She got it all figured out. You guys, just have fun. That's what they want you to do today. It's only life. You're only here for a little while in this physical form. You are forever in spirit. You are forever a creator of miracles. You are forever and now. In physical form, you are still a creator of miracles. So get out there and start having fun creating miracles. That's what it's all about today. Yes, Laura. Done with TLC. Thank you, Stefan. Let's see. Janine. Sorry. Here, let's just do this. I insist on these eyes healing. Yes, I love the relationship I have with my little game changer. Excellent. Little game changer. I love the name of that. If these were a little cleaner, I'd leave them on. They're really dirty. Yes, and fairy gardens where the moss can grow. Oh my, yes. Because if I showed you the side yard, it's another whole lot, and it's wild and crazy. And I keep thinking I want to now in the winter. Oh, green. I want to go out there in that little lot and clear off some more spaces so I can make myself a meditation space. Because in the summertime, it grows in so thick it looks like, Snow White. when he's trying to get to, no, not Snow White, Sleeping Beauty. When the prince is trying to get to her and there's all that crazy wild stuff all over the castle and he's trying to get through it and he just can't because it's just growing like wild. And that's what this lot is like in the summertime beside me. So all I can do is sit there and enjoy looking at the birds flying around, but I can't really get into it much because it gets crazy. But I don't even know where that came from. What was I talking about again? But it just does it. And I don't have to work hard at it. It's just going to grow up. It's going to be beautiful. It's a fairy garden in its own making. Why do I got to create a fairy garden? I can just take a bunch of fairies out there and hide them around. It's already a fairy garden. They're out there. I'm sure of it. I can feel them. I need a chamomile lawn. That'd be awesome. Chamomile. Your grandma did it. Yeah, with TLC. Exactly. Thank you, Laura, for explaining that. My grandmother. She was an amazing soul. Still with me all the time. Fairy's garden where moss can grow on it. We have the most beautiful moss. I'm going to go out the sunshine and I'm going to just take the camera and show you some of the beautiful moss. It's winter. And in the winter time here, even though underneath the snow, there's snow, it gets cold and icky, and as soon as it melts, the snow is still bright green. It's not like Florida where the grass all dies. But the moss is always here in the springtime. If you go out in the trees, I remember when Steve and I were married, March 25th, the mountains were still very brown. There wasn't any green leaves out there. And yet, you'd go out and I'd take pictures of the green moss everywhere because the moss was so green and beautiful. Even in the dead of winter, it still is. And that mossy heart, if I walk out, maybe I'll do that today, to the place where I left his ashes, there's still that mossy heart sitting there. Big green moss heart right where I left his ashes. So the moss is magical. Chamomile lawn. My grandmother did with TLC. She was a sweetheart. -30. You guys, somehow we got to enjoy the weather even though it's cold. Can we go to that place where we go, okay, I'm just pushing that heat into my face. I'm pushing that heat. If I can't get my sun to shine here, I'll have to be the sun. I'll have to create that warmth on my face. We can do that, right? We're miracle makers. We can do that. We got just a few minutes because I was running late. This morning, if you get your feet planted, we're going to go to the beach together. I promised some of the other girls this morning we're going to go to the beach. So we're going to create a magical place. So we're calling in Archangel Michael for protection over each one of you today. Right now as we come in together, over each one of us. Removing all cords, attachments, blocks, hooks, curses, spells, past life energy that no longer serves us. How about soul contracts that are no good? To tear those up. We don't want those either. We don't need to keep serving that old karma anymore. Come on, guys. We've already learned everything. Just let it go. It's up to you. But when you let it go, it goes away. So whatever, from me, whatever I can let go of today that holds me in a pattern of negativity or scarcity, I am releasing. Releasing again today, letting go. As I'm willing to release, the angels come in and start removing. So I can feel that process happening. And I hope that you're accepting that too. So put your feet on the ground. And as you put your feet down, I want you to envision that you are standing on a beach. And the water has just come out. So that was high tide for a while. And as the water washes back out to sea, the moon pulls the water away from you. You're standing there on that beach, and the beach is damp, and you can see that you can feel your feet kind of sink into the earth a little bit. Can you feel that? It feels good. The earth gets all spongy, and it's damp enough that it kind of, the water washes up and it kind of washes the sand away from you again, just a little bit. The water's warm. It feels good on your feet, and the sun is shining on your face. Excuse me, and the sneezes happen out of nowhere. So take a big breath, center yourself, just ground, say ground. And as you say the word ground, you feel your roots go down into the earth deeply. And as you pull the energy back up through those roots, you see it going all the way up through your center. Bring yourself right to center. Take a big breath. You ever heard of ocean breath? You ever make yourself sound like the ocean waves? Don't you love the sound of waves? Make yourself do it. Hear yourself breathe. Just listen. Waves to me are like the breath of the world, the breath of the earth. Mother Gaia, she's breathing. They go in and out, just like your lungs, in and out. Enjoy that sound for a minute. You kind of pull the air up through your vocal cords a little bit, and it clears away that throat chakra when you do that. It's so calming, so relaxing. Be that ocean wave right now as it comes in and it goes out, nice and easy. Nice. Your higher selves are entering now. So just kind of look up just a little bit. Take a big breath and let your higher self, let that beautiful energy fill your physical self right now. Take a big breath. Nice, nice. Feel your own energy. Can you feel that? How beautiful your energy. You alone. You, that beautiful higher self of yours. That part of you that creates miracles. A part of you that has always existed. It's never been hurt. Never been damaged in any way. Such a beautiful energy. And now let's all gather together. All your beautiful higher selves. Let's all go to the beach together. So I see this, what would you call it, a cabana? This beautiful place where there's little grass huts on the beach. It's on the drier sand, so we don't have to worry we're going to get washed away. And I want you to find your place. And in front of each little grass hut, there is a perfect little hammock or a beach chair, whatever you think is most comfortable. I want you to find the one that feels right to you. Find one. We're just going to take some time relaxing. That's all we're doing today. So as you find the space that's yours, it might be a hammock for two. You might invite someone in with you. That's okay. Be easy there. Just lay back. The angels are ministering to us today. The sun is shining, creating this golden light on your skin. And as you turn your face up to the sun, it warms your cheeks. Just feels like a warm caress. And you can invite anyone that is here for your highest of good. So if you've got grandparents or parents or loved ones or anyone, any angels, whoever you like, they get to come to your little space there, your little grass hut, your beach chairs, whatever you'd like. Have them come join you. You might see them coming through the fog with gifts in their hands. Mine has a tray. And on that tray sits a little teapot and the cutest little teacups. It's tea time. Nice release there. Perfect. There's somebody just let go of something in the heart. Now continue to breathe nice and easy as you're laying there, letting the angels, your loved ones, bring you a beautiful breakfast if you like. Fruit, fresh fruit. I love a big bowl of fresh fruit right now. That would be great. Thank you. You don't even have to speak with words. Whatever it is that you like here, it just arrives ready for you to enjoy. You might want a mimosa. We're all non-alcoholic drinks here today. We're just enjoying the taste and the flavor. The smell. Everything smells good. I smell coconut. I smell fresh flowers. All around me are friends. All of you, I can see you in your places. You're all friends. I'm completely comfortable here. No worries. No concerns. My body feels perfectly healthy. There's nothing holding me back. Totally at peace. Keep breathing nice and easy. Good morning, Isabel. Good morning, Annie. Come on to the beach with us. Come enjoy yourself. Be easy for a little bit. Feel that sand under your feet as you walk to this circle of grass huts and find yourself a comfy place to either throw your blanket down on the ground and lay down, or there's comfy chairs everywhere. It's very, very peaceful and gentle here. You can hear the ocean waves behind us. Come join us. Let's have some fellowship time. Nice, peaceful, gentle friendship. And as you're resting and relaxing, your body is receiving a clearing energy going down through. I see a waterfall. I want you to come to the waterfall with me if you'd like to. So we step up out of our chairs. And we can hear the water and just follow the sound, stepping lightly over the sand. And we walk through the trees. And we get to a place where there is this huge waterfall. I love waterfalls. And I've been laying there in the sand and it's been warm, so now I want to cool off a little bit. And I'm going to step into that waterfall and I'm going to let it wash me clean. And as it washes me clean, anything, any negativity that's on me is going to wash away too. Any negativity that is within me, it just washes right away. This beautiful angelic waterfall. There's rainbows coming out of it. It's gentle and it's warm. You step down into that clear water and you just step underneath it. Turn your face up to it and let it wash you clean. So beautiful. Keep breathing nice and easy. And you can stand under that water for as long as you'd like. Just continue to let it wash you clean. And when you think you're all nice and clean and sparkly and fresh and new for the day, you step back out of that water and you get wrapped up in the most beautiful bathrobe. They just bring it right around your shoulders and they put it right on you to keep you from feeling chilled. It's all soft and comfy. Come sit over. There's a comfy place to sit down. They built a little fire to warm you up. You can toast a marshmallow if you'd like. Make a s'more. Everything that you could ever dream of. I see little drinks in coconut shells with a straw sticking out, striped straw. It's blue and white stripes. Take a drink. Enjoy yourself. Be easy. I see some fresh pineapple, all cut up, ready for you to nibble on. Some citrus. Coconut chips. Oh, I love coconut. I could eat it. Coconut is one of my favorite foods on the planet. Just lay back and be easy for just a little bit longer and letting all of this energy, angels are ministering to you. They're bringing you all this new energy into your body. So as you're breathing nice and easy, you're getting all of this beautiful angelic energy filling you right up. Take a big breath all the way from the root of your spine. Take a big breath and pull it all the way up. Lighting you right up as that energy moves up your spine. Lights up every cell. Healing any areas of disease, any areas of depression, sadness, guilt. Please let go of all guilt today. Guilt is useless. Let it go. Letting go of fear. Let it just wash away. This beautiful energy in your crown as source energy comes down out of the clouds above you. This beautiful hand has come down and is laying on your head right now, right above your head. Anointing you. That's what I heard. It's in this hand, this beautiful energy of all of creation is anointing you. Creating a new energy in you. The energy of the Creator. All of you beautiful creators, thank you so much for creating together, for making a new energy on the earth, for bringing it in, powerful beings of light. You're doing a beautiful job. And they're grateful to you for coming and letting yourself get a reboot, letting yourself be recharged today. All the angels are thanking you for coming in. They're thanking you. You deserve this. You're working hard every day, 24/7. You deserve this time on the beach. And as you're all filled up with this beautiful energy of creation, you take a big breath, integrate all that energy through every cell of your body. You just light right up. And I want you to begin to feel your feet again. You're still standing there on the beach. It's kind of damp and it feels a little cool under your feet. And I want you to envision yourself pulling your roots back up through those feet. And pull all that energy as they close back up. Pull all that energy up into your body, feeling the health, feeling the rejuvenation. And as you pull that energy up your legs, feel the life come back into your physical body. Feel the energy come up your legs, all the way up into your spine, pulling it all the way up, feeling the energy go down your arms into your hands, up your neck and up into your head, through your throat. Anywhere where it's needed, pull it all the way up. Feeling it in your eyes, your nose, your brain. It feels good. Your physical body is thanking you for taking this time. It's like, wow, thank you for remembering me. I needed this. Pulling your ego and your higher self all into alignment, the three of you. Ego, physical, higher self, right into a perfect parallel within you. Pull them all in, take a big breath into your heart. Carry that energy with you. Your higher self doesn't need to stay out there in the clouds somewhere. You just carry it. You open up that channel and you just, oh, thank you. Just carry that energy within you. And then Archangel Michael is coming along, wrapping each one of us in this beautiful bubble of protection today. It is complete. There is no pinpricks. It's beautiful. Every one of you has an aura that is magnificent. If we looked upon each other and we could see our true selves flashing around us all the time, we'd see this glittery, beautiful energy always circling, always protecting, always taking care. Any negative energies that are out there today, they just bounce off of that aura and off they go. Enjoy that completeness, that sense of beingness that you are. It's beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you to the angels and the guides and to all your loved ones and to all your higher selves and to all of you for joining me and joining into this fellowship time today. I really, really appreciate you. I needed it as much as you. So thank you so much. Have yourselves a beautiful day today. See how me, I'm just resting in it. Go ahead and rest for a few more minutes. Just be easy on yourself today. Play, relax, enjoy yourselves. It's only life. It's short. This physicality is so short. Remember to enjoy it while you're here. Take good care. I love you guys so much. You're so welcome. Take good care of yourselves today. I'll see you. Today's Wednesday. I'll see you tomorrow morning. So welcome. Thank you. Thank you, John, Robert, Melanie, Carol, all of you, Stephen, Isabel, Annie, all of you, whoever I've missed today. Thank you so much for joining me. Take good care of yourselves, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.